In a 7-8 minute spell when everything went right for Liverpool and nothing much went right for Manchester City.
Arsenal lost at Bournemouth earlier. Manchester City have been beaten today by Liverpool, who take third from Chelsea on goal difference, and 3 behind City now, all on the same points. It also, Andy, if you're a City fan, arguably it all turned on a goal that Firmino scored. Not so much the goal, but the incident that led up to it. Now, wasn't that a foul?
It looks it.
Well, Richard, I'm from it. It is a foul, but you see, I'm going to be a bit. I'm going to sit on the fence here because
you can't, George.
You know, listen, hear me out. Stones have to be much more clever.
I accept all that.
He has to be much more. Look, we're talking about an international defender here. Okay?
You're saying go down.
Go down. This is clear a foul, but you don't help yourself by staying on your feet.
Well, in an era where we're looking for honesty, that's exactly what we should compliment him in doing.
It is
the referee needs to do his job and call it, surely.
No, it is honest by going down because there's a clear foul here on Firmino, and you should fall down to say, referee. And then the referee, you then put the referee, you actually take the decision now to him.
Foul, Graham?
Yeah.
Is he right? Go down?
No, well, yeah, but it's still a foul.
I think it's irrelevant whether he goes down or not.
Yeah, the referee still should
That's
still
a
see the
major
push.
turning point in the game, isn't it?
Well, listen, I think the last 2 goals mask it a little bit. I think Liverpool thoroughly deserve to win, but if you're breaking it down, that's a push. That is a push all day long, whether he goes down or not. That is a push. Anybody else on the pitch, that would be a foul.
You see, there's just a couple of players go across the referee there, just as it happens. Sort of that last angle from the other end. There's a couple of players go across him, Andre Mariner, and I don't know if that just masks the clear view of it. Listen, I thought it was a foul, but let me say it wasn't. I would still have liked, if I'm Pep Guardiola, I might be taking John Stones going, listen son, you're a good player, you might be a great player, but in situations like that, you have to be stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Jordan's right, yeah.
You have to be stronger.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Just
Granted.
Don't be muscled.
But it was a foul.
I thought it was a foul, but...
It's schoolboy defending. You have to be strong.
That should take nothing away from the way Liverpool set out.
Or the finish from Firmino and the fact that we've had a wonderful afternoon. But I'm just looking at it from City's point of view.
That started as a 7 or 8 minute spell where Liverpool could do no wrong. You know, they got. Listen, even if that's 50-50, they got it. They went their way this time. Then the goalkeeper presents them with one. So that little 7 or 8 minute spell was a wonderful piece of football for Liverpool.
We'll look back on it all shortly and get reaction as well. We'll hear from Andy Kerr in just a moment as well about what he has for us on the club tonight. But the Invincibles are no longer. City beaten at Liverpool this afternoon in a Premier League classic. What we've just seen then?
Fantastic football. This is great advert for the Premier League in terms of entertainment, in terms of quality and style of football. This is what the Premier League is about. We've enjoyed it, everybody, and I think people at home as well. The only thing is, why can't Liverpool play like this, even at home against the lesser sides, week in, week out?
I think they do, George. What the difference for me tonight was the finishing. I mean, that's the thing. They were more clinical tonight, Liverpool. They create, I don't know what, I think they created about 16 shots at goal, scored 4. That's more like what they should be converting a quarter of their chances. If they had done in those other games we've been talking about tonight, they might be sitting in 3 or 4 points behind Manchester City.
In some respects, though, it very nearly was a typical Liverpool performance. It was an anxious finish.
Well, it was. The game was very open tonight. You know, we expected that at the start, you know, Man City. But Man City will be really disappointed. I don't think they turned up tonight. And we talk about players missing. I think they missed Silva in particular. But take nothing away from Liverpool. They were fantastic going forward. They pressed them, didn't let them settle. And they deserve to win. And as I said before, I think the 2 goals at the end masked that a little bit. They thoroughly deserve to win tonight.
Has this been coming, Andy? Has City's recent performances suggested somebody was going to beat them sooner rather than later?
Well, listen, they're athletes, all of them. They're a football club. it's extremely difficult to hold your form for 9 months and not slip up. And, you know, there's a few players playing in sky blue didn't perform as well as they have been doing.
Light blue.
Is it light blue, is it? Not sky blue.
There's only one sky blue.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's quite sensitive for that colour.
But from that, I mean, that was what I liked about what he did tonight, Jurgen Klopp. We talked about the goalkeeper, it might have been a gamble or not, but I thought the trio of midfield players, Wijnaldum, Chan and Oxlade-Chamberlain, was a terrific selection because their energy was brilliant all night long.
Yeah, they played on the front foot, Andy.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how your positiveness keeps you going. This was a delicious pass from Walker, diagonal pass, Gomez fullback, misjudged it, Sani, and yeah, it's just beautiful. Every time I watch it, yes, keeper carriers should have saved it. And as you said, we wonder what he was thinking.
You look before the game, Richard, and I said we talked about Liverpool and defensively, but you looked at that tonight, and City looked as if they had more problems defensively than what Liverpool had. They looked at times, you know, Otamendi and Stones were getting dragged all over the place, and decisions at times as well.
So Andy, that on the back of that is what you said earlier, that maybe Liverpool's defence problem is actually not the defence, it's actually the forwards.
Who hadn't been
prolific enough to scoring.
Just one thing we haven't done yet, George, is yes, foul there, but what about the finish?
Yeah.
Look, he's a Brazilian, and they come up usually with the craziest ideas that people wouldn't do, and his finish was sublime.
And this is a 7 or 8 minute spell now that's happened now. They've been rocked, I think, City, but they're firmly in the beliefs of their coach, so they're trying to play out again, they're trying to play their football because their coach has told them. But Liverpool, he kept his front three so high up the pitch. Klopp, he almost just said, we're only going to play with 8 players when we defend. You three stay up there and give us an out ball.
They're swarming round them.
All over them.
Yeah.
And what a finish this is.
But that City are suspect defensively isn't a surprise, is it? Is it not more the case that teams just haven't exposed that often enough this year?
Well, with the greatest credit to other teams who have played them, they've not got as much quality as Liverpool's front three, for instance.
Manchester United?
Yeah, well, Manchester United are coached by a man who's a pragmatist and not in the Klopp and Guardiola mould. I like watching these teams. I love them. I'm the same with Pochettino. I think he's in the same group of managers like this who want to go and play attractive, attacking football. Look at that again. You know, there's Mane there, there's Salah there, there's Firmino there. They're all high up the pitch.
Yeah, for a good period, all the goals that we've seen, if you're watching, every goal that Liverpool scored came from a second ball win. Whereby
Which we said at half-time, that's what they did well, didn't they?
They did very, very well. And sometimes we look at the flair players, the Salah and the Firminos and Mane, but actually it's the ones that do the dirty work, as in Chan, Wijnaldum and Oxlade, that they swarm Manchester City players to make sure you win the second ball and play from there.
This would have been hard for Liverpool to take had they lost 2 points in this game. Brilliant finish from Gundogan. He was another one who was pretty ordinary tonight, but it was a great finish, and you just thought,
Andy, have a look at Matip when the cross comes in, right? No, it's
Lovren.
Underneath the ball.
Doesn't get off the ground, does he?
Not even a newspaper wouldn't fit underneath.
We talked about before the game about Liverpool's vulnerability at the back. They've conceded 3 goals tonight, but you cannot take anything away from what we said. Going forward, they will cause any team problems.
And is there a lesson in what we've seen today for those that will play City from this point?
If you're Swansea, no.
No. Yeah.
But why? You were Bristol City and had them on the back foot.
Bristol Mills have played them in cup ties, and you know it's a one-off. It's a great occasion for them. They have a little goal. Maybe because it's a cup tie and it's a lower league that Man City are not quite focused the way they are. But I think it's one thing to do what Liverpool did when you've got the quality they have, Richard. But what I would say is for the rest of the top teams, and I'm talking about the top 8 or 9 teams in the league, there's no reason why they can't go, I'm not saying go toe-to-toe, but be a bit more adventurous than they have been against them this season. It's almost like every team has surrendered ground to City, backed away from them and said, OK, we'll try and keep it at 0-0 as long as possible, and then we might nick one if we're lucky. Liverpool didn't. They wanted to go and try and play their own football, and they did. He tinkered with it a little bit. Midfield, as I've said, I thought he got that terrifically right tonight. I thought those three were unbelievably good. What they did in there allowed the front three to be able to do what they did, and it caused them all sorts of
We'll
problems.
come back to it. Here are two of Liverpool's scorers waiting to talk to us.
Stuff, guys. Well done, both. Thank you.
There's nothing confusing about the technique, was there? Just hit it. It's a screamer.
Yeah, he's just hoping it goes in. He's not saying, I'm going to put it in that corner.
No.
Not like that. Not when you hit it like that. You're just putting your foot through that.
Yeah, a little bit of luck as well, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, but all credit to him. Technique was good.
Yeah.
But it could have gone in any corner.
I'm amazed to hear him say there, George, that he's stronger on his left than his right. I always thought he was mainly right-sided.
Yeah, he's right, but I think what he means is that sometimes you can hit it actually better
With your weaker
with
foot.
your weaker foot, and then the speed of the ball goes even faster.
Well, if he can hit the ball better than that with his right,
Yeah.
then he
Hit the post
should
with
do
his
it a
right
lot more
moments
often.
before that, didn't he?
He did.
4-3 final score. City beaten for the first time this season. Here is Pep Guardiola.
Exactly. Listen, Richard, you know, Graham and I played in the side that did this when we won the league. We went on a great run. We got beaten at round about Christmas, just before Christmas with Chelsea.
4-3.
4-3, funnily enough. We got beat 4-3 with Chelsea, got up the next time. It was a quick game, quick turnaround at Christmas. Howard took us in, right, forget that, that's gone, let's go again. And we never lost another game till May. He'll be saying exactly the same thing to them. That's gone, great, would have been wonderful to go unbeaten. We know how difficult it is in this league, only Arsenal, I think, in the modern era have done it. So let's start again. It's important. Newcastle, that's a massive game for them now, because everyone, all of us now, are looking, what's the action?
Only
gonna be
Arsenal in England, but let's not forget Juventus and, of course, Celtic did it in Scotland, didn't they?
like? Did they?
Did they, Andy? I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
Well, we'll have to leave him. I imagine he'll talk all night, but world-class goal, the first?
I think it's just covering his decision about the mistake his goalkeeper made on a very good night for Liverpool. Why finish on a negative? The goalkeeper will play probably next week as a token of his solidarity behind his decision that he made tonight.
George, thank you for making the effort to come and see us this weekend. I know it was very late notice,
Thank you,
but
Georgie.
it's always good fun in your company. Graham's staying with us for the rest of the week. Monday Night Football, we'll all gather back here for tomorrow, and then, of course, there are 2 cup ties. In the meantime, it's the club.
Very happy Spackers. Look at him.
Get in there.
I tell you, everyone will be happy if we get half the game at the NOS that we've just watched at Anfield. Barca, the leaders, at a ground where they traditionally struggled.